hesitation whatsoever in saying that the user charges levied by DIL are unconscionable and they should be either subjugated to some scrutiny or done away with altogether.
I think we have got a whole mess of issues that have not been resolved, and yet all that we are doing today is to go after individuals when we should be trying to sort out the system.
Three CAG reports tabled last week have led to a huge storm, with the Parliament getting adjourned once again today. Hello and welcome to We Mean Business. I'm Shweta Rajpal-Kohli, and on the show today we discuss one of those three controversial CAG reports, the one for implementation of private-public partnership at the Indira Gandhi International Airport, with the CAG indicting the Civil Aviation Ministry, and the GMR Group promoted DIAL, or Delhi International Airport. Let me introduce our special guests on the show today. We've got Mr. Hemant Kanoria, CMD of Shrey Infrastructure, joining us from Kolkata. Mr. Jitendra Bhargav, former ED of Air India, joins us from Mumbai. With me here in the Delhi studio, Mr. Kapil Kaul, CEO South Asia of CAPA, and Mr. M.K. Kaur, former Civil Aviation Secretary, and Amber Dubey, Head Aviation and partner of KPMG. Also with us, Arijit Banerjee, our aviation correspondent. But before we start the discussion, a look at the big story of the day. After a month-long lockout at its Manesar facility, Maruti Suzuki has reopened the plant today with less than a tenth of its total workforce that have resumed operations in a single shift. The company had declared an indefinite lockout at the Manesar plant after the worst ever violence in its history that left one senior official dead and nearly 100 others injured. Joining us now is the newsmaker of the day, R.C. Bhargav, Chairman of Maruti Suzuki India. Mr. Bhargav, many thanks for speaking to us on NDTV. I'm sure it's a huge relief for you that the Manesar plant has reopened. What are the kind of security arrangements that have been put in place?
Well, we have to take all possible measures of security because we cannot afford another violent disruption. And so the Haryana government has posted the rapid action force there. And those people will be within the factory. About 100 of them in each shift will be in the factory. We have our own security force of about 100 people. We have about 40 PSOs. And then we have the local community, which will also be very alert and which will be looking out for troublemakers. And they will be also supporting us in terms of maintaining peace and keeping away the bad elements from disrupting production. So with these measures, we think that production should proceed smoothly. We are not going to jump into sudden spurts or certain jumps in production. We'll go very gradually so that we can watch what happens.
150 cars a day now, that's less than 10% of your average daily output before the incident. Is it because of lack of labor or because you want to play safe right now?
That's correct.
So what will be your strategy with regard to the workforce? What are the numbers looking like?
You know, we have worked out how we should go in stages and getting different parts of the plant commissioned so that there is a smooth flow of production throughout. We don't have that many people available whom we have vetted immediately. And so that is why we will start with the weld shop and the press shop and initially do the assembly work in Gurgaon where there is spare capacity. But as more and more people come back to work and we have vetted and hired more people, then we'll keep adding production volumes to the Manesar plant.
Mr. Bhargav, the sacking of 500 workers has led to a lot of criticism, some even calling it retaliatory or vindictive. How would you respond to such allegations?
You know, we have roughly something close to 1,000 regular workers who are available to us. That's all. That's the total workforce available to us because the contract workers who numbered about 1,900 odd, those people have now to go through a hiring process where they will go through a fitness in terms of their capabilities and their background checks and everything. And those who are found fit will be offered regular jobs. But till that happens, the regular workforce available to us at Manesar is about 1,000 people. We are able to put our own supervisors and others to work on the line, which will be maybe close to another 400 people. But that's about all that we have.
But would you consider reinstating those employees? Would the sacking not lead to further unrest? That's the real fear.
You know, we have this, what should I say, knack of making comments about things which happen without having full facts. These 500 people have all been identified by our managers and supervisors as people who took part in the violence. Now, I would like to know which person, if he is running any plant or even if he is at home, if one of your employees at home indulges in any violence in the home with you, would you keep him in the house?
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.